1. People don't necessarily change. You don't have the control over someone else and force them to change when they're not even willing to in the start. 2. If someone tells you the same lie a dozen times, it does not become true. A repetition of words does not necessarily increase the value of them. 3. You don't owe people anything metaphorically. Just because someone's been good, kind, helpful to you doesn't mean you owe them anything in return. I've clung on to so many human beings because I felt I owed them something. 4. Caring is good. I've always been taught and lived by the whole statement of the less you care, the happier you'll be, and it's just bullshit, really. I mean, yes, if you care for certain people, you're giving them the power to devastate you technically, but besides that, caring brings so many other things. I don't care for everyone that I know. I mean, I do. I have this standard care where if something happened to them, I would obviously be upset. But then there's a few people where I care a lot deeper about. Yes, it has gotten me hurt. More importantly, it's helped me grow and it's helped be happier and more positive because I care more deeply about people. 5. Don't let something eat you whole if you can't control it. This has actually been said by me, by a really good friend of mine. You know, decisions that were made by other people that somehow impacted me, those were out of my control to avoid. They were out of my control to change. They were just completely out of control for me to do anything about. And I shouldn't let those decisions eat me up. 6. I have found a love for avocados. 7. Always look at different perspectives. Don't stick to just your own. 8. The cliche. Leave your comfort zone. Definitely at the end of the year, I've started to leave my comfort zone a lot more. Whether that's traveling to new places by myself or being more myself around people that I didn't necessarily know. 9. Being sad is an emotion and you have every right to feel it from time to time. I've always had difficulties with the emotion sad. Sadness is such a powerful emotion and I do think great things can come out of it. You can create great pieces of art or literature, ideas, inspiration, and it's been proven by many people that being sad can do those things. But I've always had difficulty being sad because I've always been scared that my sadness will take over and I will feel sad every single day in my life because I've had a time where I was like that. So every time I'm sad, I have to be in control of it. And sometimes I'm not in control of being sad because I'm a human being and you can't always be in control of everything. But I just realized that it's okay to feel sad. It's healthy to feel sad from time to time. 10. Being sensitive is not a weakness. I've always been taught and told, I suppose, that being sensitive is supposedly a weakness and you can't be sensitive because you can't show your weaknesses. I don't know. I'm someone who's very in touch with my body and my emotions and my aura and all that, and there are a lot of sensitive people in the world. It's very common. I've always been ashamed of it in some way because having breakdowns in classes, you know, having panic attacks at school, it always felt very embarrassing to me. It's a good thing to be sensitive because you're so in touch with your emotions that you can be more alert when things go wrong, and being sensitive is not a weakness in any shape, way, or form. 10. Be honest with those you wish were honest with you. I'm not saying that just because you're going to be honest to a person that means that you're going to be honest back, but honesty is really important. Tell a person how you feel. Tell a person what's been on your mind. Tell a person if you need help, then ask for help. If something's wrong and you want to talk to your friend about it, but you're scared that you're going to burden your friend with all your problems, I think your friend is really going to appreciate you telling them about that. Every time someone opens up to me about something, I feel so good about myself because someone's opening up to me about something that they have an issue with, and you don't burden people with telling them your problems. You really don't. 11. Telling someone you miss them doesn't make you vulnerable. 12. Crying is good. I've always kind of believed in this. There have been many moments in 2015 where I've just been crying and people are like, why are you crying? And I don't even know. Even when I'm by myself between these white walls in my room and I cry, I can't even answer that question myself. And you don't need an answer for every single thing. If you have to cry, just cry. 13. It's possible to meet some of the most influential people in your life around occurrences. 14. Stand in what you believe in. You have a voice, so use it. I've just seen so many people tell me one thing and then tell someone else the other thing because they want to fit in with that social group, and that social group does not accept if you are against this and this. Speak. Just say what's on your mind. Say what you believe in, because I promise you, like, your voice, it's valuable. I've always felt that my voice wasn't valuable, that my opinions weren't valuable, that things that I said were stupid and dumb and they weren't important, but anyone's voice is valuable. 15. Always know that when you feel like certain things have ended, they may not have ended. Or it could be the start of something different. Like that cliche quote, when a door closes, another door opens. Every action has a reaction in some way. 16. Always be prepared for the unpredictable. 17. Live in the moment as much as you can. Certain things, whether daily things in life or relationships with people, a state of being, they're usually not always constant. So take in the moment, don't drool over the past, and don't worry about the future too much. Just live in the now. 18. You don't always have to see good in people. I'm definitely someone who will always see the good in people because I want to. You don't have to. 19. Know the boundaries. 20. Don't seek for approval in someone who won't give it to you. 21. Take your gut instinct. Don't follow other people's advice if you'd rather follow your own. I had many situations this year where I was in a situation that I wasn't familiar with, so quite naturally I seeked for other people's advice. And although I really appreciate the advice they've given me about the situation, I've always felt that what I would do would be better. There have been situations where I took someone else's advice and it didn't go well. And not because the advice was shit, because the person wasn't in the same situation that I was in. Take your gut instinct sometimes. Okay, those were the things that I learned in 2015. And it's been a good year. Definitely a lot of growth and change. And I'm so excited for 2016. I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna be a really good year for me, and I hope it's a good year for you too. Thank you for watching my video. All the love. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful year.